Look, I don't care what's in everybody. When I look at black people and the
But
black
we're talking
community,
about black people, so that's what you
I
care about,
don't
right?
care if it's not in you. The
What?
military would put it in you if that's a route. It don't have to already be you don't have to be already predisposed to be able to do it. You just need to be able to try and do. I'm saying black men are not fucking trying at all.
They're
So
not.
we're
They're
sitting here
trying. They're not
saying
trying
we're
your
giving
way.
them
Darwin,
we're giving them an excuse saying,
all
hey, look, it's not for everybody. So go just do what everybody else is doing and just keep doing the bullshit. I'm saying that we don't have to do that.
Darwin, listen, Darwin. All I'm explaining to you is that the economy is different now. It's affecting every single tier. Wall Street Journal just published an article that 23% of Harvard graduates with an MBA are unemployed after 90 days. 10 years ago, it was 4%. It's affecting every single tier. The job market is disgusting right now. It's not easy to do. And Mom made a great point about the birth rates, right? Right? We need 2.1. That's what Willie just said. That's correct. We're at 1.63. If we do not, we will cease to exist. If we don't bring it up, then we will depopulate. We will be eventually left with nothing.
64% of people don't make it through MEPS either, Darwin.
Okay.
So again, it's literally not for everybody. That disproves your entire go to the military point.
It doesn't disprove it. I said you can go. You can try to go in. That's that's the option.
64%.
You got three options. You can go to trade school. You can go to college. Or you can go in the military. Most people can't even pay for college, and most people don't even pay off their student loan debt in a fucking lifetime.
Darwin, you use divorce rates being high as a reason for men not to get married and for men to take it serious and not to get prenups. How can you disregard the 64% of people being turned away? When did I use
divorce rates in this conversation?
No, because I'm just using your own logic. So if a number is higher than 50%, you're typically against the person doing that thing because the majority of the time they're going to fail. How are you not having that same thing with people going to the military?
No, I'm not against it. If the chances if it's a 60% likelihood that you will fail, if you're looking at it and you're rating your ability to be able to succeed, and it's a 60%, I'm saying go back to the lab and figure out how would I increase the odds. I'm not saying just. I think if you have a desired outcome to build a family, you should fully optimize yourself, especially given the situation that our society have as black people.
Should they do it with college too?
Just because everybody else is fucking do it, saying, "Oh, just everybody else is doing it's just typical." No,
I want to say to do what everybody else is doing. Nobody's made that argument up here tonight.
Well, I think Mont said it earlier. He said, "Well, most people start making family, or most people get into relationships like dynamics like that." I'm saying you don't have to.
That's not what I said.
Most people are walking in the wrong direction. Don't mean you got to fucking walk that way.
Dar, if you look at the people that you interact with on these panels and lives, how many of these motherfuckers you think will pass the ASVAB?
I don't know.
No, just think about it, because you know what it took. You know what it takes to pass one.
Yeah, you got to study. I think I would say a percentage of them might have to take it once or twice.
All right. So how many of these people now? That's the part that you can study for, right? You can't study for the healthcare part. So on average, right? So just for saying on average, black women can't join the military because on average they're obese, so they can't join the military. On average,
so what do they got to do? What's the next step? What's the response to that? If I'm overweight,
so again, we're not saying
my
we're talking about the next
if
steps.
I'm overweight, what do? I go fucking lose the weight.
If we're talking about the next steps, then Darwin, then again, that's going to hurt your argument. So we're talking about you gave a prescription. Your prescription was join the military. These motherfuckers can't. Same thing with men. They can't. A lot of you can't join the army with asthma. You can't join the military. I think we're moving
too fast. You just diagnosed one of the can'ts as they're overweight that can't get in. I don't think that is the end all be all. I'm saying if you're overweight, if the height is here and you're here, I'm saying if you can go increase the height, if you can go fucking lose the weight, then go back and lose the weight. But what we're doing is saying, oh, you can't right now because you don't meet the criteria, so go just do something totally different. But go back to the lab and optimize yourself and then come back so you can get in.
Why not apply that to college?
Can I just say this? I think what the point is
it's impossible to apply that to college because college
let you get in there.
No, I think the point that he's making is it's like I think we're like in a stuck society, like this mindset. It's like, okay, what do I have to do to be better, to put myself in a better position? Whether it is the military, okay, if that is the barrier right now, I can't, I'm overweight, then okay, what do I got to do to get to that place? I think a lot of times what we do is that we think that we don't see like that the other side of it. So it's like we stay stuck in this mindset and then we get the same result. So I think I mean, he's using these examples, but I think it's just like working harder. We got to change something.
What's the other side of it?
You know how much it costs to be healthy?
What's that?
Curious, right?
I'm gonna get a chance to jump in there.
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Jay, were you finished first off?
Yeah, what'd you say, Mont?
Yeah, I was saying, you said we don't see the other side of it a lot of times. What's the other side of it?
No, getting to the other side of it. So like, if like right now this is the barrier, how do I get to the other side of that barrier?
As far as like financial,
I think it really
financial
stands.
success, however that looks.
She's using a
I think it
metaphorical
stands
concept. She said,
in
if the bar is
people
here, how do I go back
understanding
and
what their
figure out how
options
to
are.
reach the bar?
We got to get you some Wi-Fi, Toya. This dial-up shit ain't working.
I'm not on Wi-Fi. I got off the Wi-Fi.
Well, that's the problem. Like if your Wi-Fi, you know how ass your Wi-Fi is if your cellular is faster.
Hey, listen. All I know that would never happen.
Why I was getting.
Oh, you're still doing it.
Hey, Willie. All I know that would never happen with me. But
Toya, you can try. I'm gonna give her like 30 seconds to see if she.
30 seconds is a long time.
Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me?
We can hear you. Just don't stop talking because you buffering.
Okay. I said it really depends on these people or these children understanding what their options are. Not everybody has to be a streamer or a rapper. There's a whole bunch of options of jobs that you can work that you can make a good amount of money.
Okay.
No, and the military doesn't have to be one of those options.
Well, all right, name one. Name a couple. Matter of fact,
I think what
you could be a plumber, you could be an electrician. I don't know, a whole bunch of things. A lot of these kids nowadays don't want to be plumbers or electricians, and I think that's a viable choice. And they make great money.
Those are valid. Those are actually valid, and a lot of them are in the
those are trades, right?
So
did I mention trade? Did I not mention trade?
Trades are valid. If you develop that type of skill, then you have a great chance of survival. Surely.
Somebody said in the comments that they were in the Marine and the military was listed because they lost some guys between the ages of 19 and 20, and they weren't able to start a family. I think when we start making that, you try to use that as the way to argue. It's disingenuous, man. I get it. People are not going to make it in life in certain things. You got a higher likelihood of surviving in the military than a YN on the streets of Chicago right now. And I looked at the numbers.
Great. Yeah, but the choices we got more choices than a YN or military man, though.
So man, I think what Darwin's really speaking to if young men was. Can y'all hear me? So I think that the issue is that if young men was to start their career early, the reason why most men get their financial stride around 40 is because they start late. So if they started earlier thinking about what are they going to do to take care of a family, we could start families a little younger, and then therefore we could get back to the 2.1. Another thing, what Dr. Willie was saying about how much it costs that his Section 8 people were making like $66,000, I think he said. In totality, that goes and shows that a family can be taken care of around $60-something thousand, and men can strive for at least 60 to 70,000, and therefore he should be able to take care to bare minimum of a family on that one income.
Yeah. So if you check this out, if you take that 52,000 and add the 12,000 to it, guess what you get? 64. The difference is women have their rights and responsibilities as parents subsidized by the government. Men don't. Men have their rights and responsibilities enforced and then penalized by the government.
What I'm saying, Willie, if a man could earn 64,000, he should be able to take care of his family.
No argument there.
According to how the government is taking care. Huh?
There's no argument. I have no argument. We agree. We're in agreement.
No argument there. Okay.
But does that depend on where you live?
I think that's.
What do you mean?
Absolutely.
Does
it's going to absolutely be a difference. If you in New York City,
right? Because even 64,000,
absolutely
don't go far.
Depending on where you live,
California,
that number will go up for somebody in
Atlanta.
Somebody in
New York is above average.
Yeah.
64.
Somebody in New York on Section 8 will get significantly more subsidized housing than somebody in bumfuck Arkansas.
Yeah, it'll be adjusted based on where you live. So
no, I'm just saying in general, in terms of I agree with Darwin in terms of maybe that should be the long goal, right? But I think what Trev is saying is if we're looking at reality right now, most people, that's the whole purpose, I think, of even having a capitalist society. You create have and have nots. Everybody's not going to be able to obtain and achieve that. Especially to looking at, like, for me, like as an educator, I see students, right, who either drop out of school, right? So they're going to be limited in to specific fields that they may not even be able to do, or jobs that they might not even be able to have. Those who graduate, if you look at the literacy rates, well, I'm gonna say proficient literacy rate, because most, people in general can read, right? But being proficient is very different. And so when you look at that, that also limits your opportunity for some of the higher paying job, because there's a level of aptitude that you have to have, right? So you're limiting certain jobs versus other jobs. So what Trev is saying is the majority of people on that bell curve is going to fall in that middle. What you're asking, Darwin, is for most people to fall on the above average side, when most people are not above average.
Well, most people are not practicing financial literacy. So
so you talked about reading levels. Over half of Americans reading the sixth grade level, which is crazy.
If most Black people practice financial literacy, the numbers would change. It would have to, because people wouldn't make the same decisions.
If they're not
that they're
literate, how are they going to practice? Okay, if they're not even literate, how are they going to practice financial literacy?
We would have to compensate for that too. I'm saying we're talking about the things that's causing the issues, instead of looking at the averages and saying we can't. Now we're looking at the things that dictate whether we can or can't. That's the conversation we're supposed to have. Not, oh, well, most people don't. No, why don't most people?